can keep that up.
On hand to help Højlund increase his numbers is Bruno Fernandes. Manchester United's captain has the most goal involvements in the history of the UEFA Europa League, 27 goals and 18 assists.
He perseveres and always fights to the end. He's a fiercely competitive player. He's good at providing assists. That's what the game is all about. When he creates so many chances, I just have to make sure I'm standing in the right place. It's fantastic to have such a good teammate. It makes my life easier.
If United reach the final in Bilbao, there'll be no denying that their quarter-final second leg against Lyon was the pivotal moment in their journey.
I have to admit, when we were 4-2 down, I thought it was going to be tough to turn the tie around. But we produced some magic out of nothing. It reminds me of the FA Cup quarter-final that we played against Liverpool last year, when we went on to lift the trophy. So, let's hope that we can write the same story.
Manchester United host Athletic Club 3-0 up and are chasing a third UEL final appearance in 8 years. Bodo Glimt have home support to try and help them come back from 3-1 in their second leg against Tottenham.
In the UEFA Conference League, European semi-final debutants, Djurgården,
at Old Trafford would clinch the title. It finished 1-1. Only Tottenham could now stop them, but the following day the most extraordinary of title wins was sealed as Spurs let a 2-0 lead slip at Chelsea.
Leicester City are the champions of England!
At the other end of the table, Aston Villa were relegated for the first time, along with Norwich and Newcastle. Written off as relegation candidates at the start of the season, it was the 5,000-to-1 outsiders Leicester City who lifted the Premier League trophy in one of the greatest sporting stories of all time.
This is the filling in a Champions League sandwich for the Gunners, set between the two legs of their semi-final against Paris Saint-Germain. The Cherries determined to show that they are here to stay and pushing for European football for the first time in their history, making this a very important afternoon for them in North London. Plenty of flags in evidence, but no tifo this time. Subject of much conjecture and debate after midweek. Well, there are a couple of changes to the Arsenal team that lost here against PSG on Tuesday. David Raya retains his place in goal, but Jurrien Timber, who came off against the French champions, isn't fit to play, so Ben White returns at right back. There is a boost in midfield. Thomas Partey was suspended for Tuesday, but can play today, so that area of the team at least is restored to full strength. Further forward, it's Saka and Martinelli on the wings, and Trossard as the makeshift striker, Mikel Merino a substitute, and there are three teenagers on the bench, including for the first time, defender Braden Clark. Three alterations for Bournemouth, all out of choice, rather than being forced upon Andoni Iraola. On loan, Kepa Arrizabalaga is in goal. Mexican right-back Julian Araujo makes his first start since October in place of the veteran Adam Smith. Lewis Cook's inclusion adds some industry and aggression to midfield. Alex Scott is the player to stand down. Tavernier comes in for Semenyo on the wing, a change described as rotation by the manager. Ouattara's on the other flank, and Evan Nielsen is able to start, having had his red card against Manchester United rescinded. There's depth to the bench, even though Ryan Christie and Enis Unal are out for the season. Jared Gillett is the referee. Bournemouth have lost all 7 of their previous Premier League games here. And they're in their change kit today, and it's Dean Howson who plays it forward. Nodded down by Ben White, out of play of Ødegaard, and Bournemouth have a throw. Mikel Arteta, who was a jack-in-the-box in midweek against PSG. Picture of frustration for long periods of that Champions League semi-final first leg. It's all about closing out a place in next season's Champions League, not yet mathematically secure. And one line on Bournemouth, we were wondering which way the wingers would be. It looks like Tavernier down the right and Ouattara on the left flank, Matt.
Which is, as they were last week, Tavernier replacing Semenyo, who we hear is rested, so he gets that opportunity on the right. Ouattara sized on the left in the draw against Manchester United. They both can play on either flank, so we weren't quite sure how they would go, but